In the last episode, our contestants were grilled by some of the industry's most esteemed venture capitalists.
That's why.
Is it wrong to expect that?
It's wrong to expect that, but then it's...
Why is it wrong to expect that?
Because
I'm living in a bloody expensive city. I expect all these things to be done.
To wait an hour for a taxi?
Some of them don't know actually why they're here.
With eliminations looming, who has impressed our panel to move on to the next stage? Time to find out.
Well, I felt really bad at the start actually because they asked me the first question and I just kept droning on and I thought I'd let other people talk. Perhaps I should just continue talking all the way and then don't let anybody else get a word in. But anyway, we live and we learn. I think for me it was not so bad. I think they were quite interested. But I did make a joke in the middle that I don't think they got.
And one of the questions they asked me is, why didn't I start a startup now? Like, because I said I'm interested in this and that, right? Yeah, so I asked myself that question many times as well. Although they say you just dive in and then you can learn as much as possible, right? Diving in clueless is just being reckless. So I would want to have sufficient knowledge before I dive in with a higher chance of success.
After some intense deliberation, our VCs are tasked to pick their favorite contestants to move on in the competition.
From my preferred candidates, I thought Valerie actually stood out.
I really like Valerie.
I thought she was able to answer questions more succinctly. She was the most eloquent out of the group, I felt. She had some relevant experience. She followed her passion, so she's doing many different types of activities within the social entrepreneurship realm.
She actually replied to the questions asked. She seems to know a lot about the startup industry. She knows founders. She could also explain how her current job in the kind of more social enterprise world is different from working in a VC. She seems committed. She didn't have 3 different jobs that she would do at the same time as interning with us.
There are 1 or 2 guys who actually ran their own little tech companies. They may know things about running the company. Jackson, I think he's, I would say, he's a student and then he's part-time running a kind of business on the side. It's a good start.
Before the interview, we actually had quite a bit of time to discuss and to get to know one another. So Jackson was one of the only ones who had startup experience among the team. So definitely someone who has startup experience would get a better ground.
One of the favorites is Jackson Kwa. For me personally, I like interns who are younger and hungry. So he seems to have that background. Definitely coachable and moldable.
The other guy that kind of stuck out was Derek, the guy who quit school after 16 and bumped around. He probably would have seen different things from the rest of the crowd. And I think he probably has a nose to things. So maybe, I don't know.
But it soon becomes clear there's a conflict of interest.
We are VC down here, we're also competing, trying to pick the best. What we are looking for down here is people who are really go-getter.
I got power.
We are looking for hunter. Hunter must go out and hunt for a good deal. Find a good deal, must have the initiative. So we want to look for those people. Those of you who are selected, I believe that your VC will tell you what is the characteristic they are looking for. So you have a long journey ahead. Over this period of time, you will learn quite a lot of things about how to select company and about how to go about finding you. And definitely, one of you will have a chance to see through one deal. All right.
Valerie, can you step forward? And the second one, Benjamin.
Jackson Kwa, come on down. Go, Wei Jin.
Winfred Quek and Tan Trunk. Tan Trunk? Yeah.
Kao Sim, Derek Kwa.
After the eliminations, only a few hopefuls remain.
For those of you who are not selected, we notice that you want to do something, but you never get about doing it. That is something that will probably separate you from the winner. One advice is that, very important, if you think of something you want to do, just try it first. It doesn't really matter what's the outcome yet.
Get to work.
Absolutely.
All right, Derek. Now you become my slave.
In the next episode, armed with a laptop and their assigned VC, the challenge gets even tougher. Tempers will flare, alliances will be tested, and characters will clash.
Who the biggest threat is? I'm not exactly sure who.
Carl has like ability to bullshit.
In your end, right?
No, I never said not abuse at all. I'm saying that it's...
Who will rise to the occasion and claim the ultimate prize? Who will be the Tyro?